Today we are looking at the Vendefoul Wolf 23. So here is the boot menu. So this is the new Linux distribution in my channel. I never made a video on this distribution. So I randomly found this distribution on the SourceForge. So it's not a well-known distribution. So before installing or doing anything like that, it's better to do all the research about this distribution. And if you want to install, you can install. So before that, always do all the research things and then go with the distribution. So I'm going to boot it in the live boot. So these are all the options here you can see in the boot menu. So I'm going to boot it. So the official website or in the SourceForge website, it has like a Spanish language. So it should be from the Spanish, and the languages of the desktop layout should be also in the Spanish language. So I'm going to boot up right now, and as soon as it's booted, I'm going to discuss everything like INX-SV8 and the downloading process and all the features you get in this distribution. So let's wait and see how much does this consumes in the booting process. So here you can see the desktop layout completely loaded. So it took like a minute and 10 seconds. So first I'm going to change the display settings and we can go through all the system information after that. So let's go to the settings. So my monitor resolution is 1920 into 1080. Here is the display settings. Let me change it to the 1920 into 1080 with a 16:9 ratio. Let me click on apply, keep this configuration. So this is how the desktop is on the wallpaper. You should be seeing the wolf. So this is how the desktop layout is loaded. And before going to anything, let me open the system monitor to see the resource consumption. So let's click on all applications, or maybe we can go directly to the system and let me find the task manager. So there is no task manager or anything like that. So I'm going to go with the btop++. So you should be getting all the resources and everything right here. So it's consuming like this, the CPU, RAM and everything. So the RAM, the available is 6.70 GB, cached is like a 848 and free is 6.11 GB. So total is 7.7. So I'm using 8 GB of RAM. So it's using 1 GB right now. So it's XFCE desktop environment. I forgot to mention that. So XFCE desktop environment will consume this much of resources. And here are all the programs and everything. And with the CPU and everything is right in front of you, everything. So let me try to make it smaller and let me try to keep it on the right side of the corner. So you can see all the changes throughout the video. So let's keep it like this. And let's try to make it smaller, even smaller. I hope everything is looking properly right here. So it doesn't show anything. Let's make it bigger. It's still not okay. So I'm going to keep it like this and we can go through other things. So the pre-installed applications you get right in front of you. Everything is right in front of you. There are a lot of applications like a GIMP and some image editors and other things. So here is like a package manager and everything, Parallel Media Player. So there are a few applications added. You should be getting some web browser and also some VLC media player. So now let me open the terminal and let me type in some commands to get some distro information and everything, and we can go to the official website. So let's make it like this. Let's check the terminal information. So 1.0.4. Let me try to change the color to black and white so you can see everything properly. Let's go to the appearance. Let's change it to the solid only. So I'm going to keep everything as a default. Let me go to the colors. Let's load out the presets, which is black and white. So here is our colors. So let me type in INXI-SV8. So it's in a Spanish language, so the keyboard also will be different. So you need to type on like a question mark and you should be getting the dash. So it's better to try it on your own and decide. So the keyboard will be also completely different. So host, it says like a Devuan. So let's first go with the system and go with everything. So host, it says like a Devuan Linux. Kernel 6.1. 6.1 is the LTS version of the Linux kernel. So I'm going to show you everything as soon as I open the browser. So it's a LTS version kernel. And the desktop environment, you get the XFCE 4.18.1. GTK version, you get the 3.24.36. And distro, it says like a Devuan new Linux 5 Deodulus. So here is the code name, and XFWM, which is 4.18.0, and here is the slim version. DM slim version is 1.4.0. So this is my virtual machine information, which is clearly unnecessary for the video, so I'm just going to ignore that. So available RAM is 7.7 GB. So before that, I'm going to show you all the information about my CPU. Here is my CPU, which is i5 1240p. The RAM, I'm using 8 GB of RAM, and I'm running it on the VMware. So these are all the main things. So it's using 1.15 GB. So the when you install it on the bare metal, it will be completely different. It will be like a 300-400 MB of difference, and also the user experience will be also better. So before installing, or if you like this distribution and if you want to install, it's better to do all the research and on your own. If you don't have any privacy issues or anything like that, then go with the installation, or else it's better to skip this distribution. Because XFC, there are a lot of distributions which uses XFC desktop environment. You can customize everything. And about the customization, there is no such thing here. It's just XFC. Other than that, no customization. Everything is same XFC. So if you want to customize, you can download the or you can use the like Ubuntu or whatever the Linux distro which has XFC desktop. You can customize on your own, watching some tutorials, and you can do whatever you want. And about the pre-installed applications, I already showed you what applications you get in this distribution. You can download everything in a well-known distribution as well, so there is nothing change here. You should be downloading the LibreOffice if you want, MS Office 365. You can download everything on your XFC desktop environment. You can customize everything on your own. You don't need to exactly download this distribution. If you have some privacy issues, then don't go with this distribution and download everything on your own. Or else if everything is good, then go with the distribution. It's clearly up to you. So here is the CPU information which I already showed you. Flags, vulnerabilities, which is unnecessary. About the graphics, the VMWGFX version you get is a 2.20, and display is X11 with the server Xarch version is 1.21.1.7. XFWM version is 4.18.0. My present monitor resolution is 1920x1080, and here are all the available resolutions. OpenGL version is 4.3. Mesa version is 22.3.6. You don't get the latest things here. And ELSA is right in front of you. Pipewire version is 0.3.65, and Pulse Audio version is 16.1. And about other things, the Bluetooth, repos, drives, partitions, these are all the things which is unnecessary for the video. So process running right now 256, uptime 5 minutes, wake ups 42. Init system vinit version is 3.0.06, sorry, and shell bash version is 5.2.15, and INXI version is 3.3.26. Let me type in cat:/etc. So again, you need to find the : on your own. The quality will be completely different, so the keyboard options will be completely different because of it. It's a Spanish Linux distribution. So I'm going to type in like a shift, holding shift and 7, etc. Again shift 7, issue. So here you should be seeing Devuan new Linux Deodulus, and the Linux distro name you already know. Here is the name of the distribution, which is Vendefoul Wolf 23. And about the installation, let me show you the installation, and we can go to the official website after this. So let's open the installer, and here you should be having the language selection when you want to install. So everything in the English language if you go with the American English, or else if you want to go with any other languages, you can go with it. And about the Calamares installer, you should be getting 3.2.61, sorry. And other installation will be same, which is nothing different from the Calamares installer. You don't get any desktop or online options. You just get the basic Calamares installer. So everything is same. You can customize, you can install whatever you want here. So choose your language. If you want to keep everything as default, you can keep it like that, or else you can change according to your wish. So I'm going to keep everything. Again, the single boot option or the dual boot options. If you want to encrypt your system, you can encrypt. and wherever you want to install you can install. Choose your installation destination and bootloader location. Click on next, create a user account, and the summary and the installation will take like a 15 to 20 minutes. So these are all the same things, there is nothing changed here. About the desktop features, it's clearly XFCE, so you should be seeing everything same. About the power manager, I kept everything as a default, I didn't change anything. And here is the panels information. If you want to change the panel preference, you can change it. Here are the appearance. So I kept everything as default, so there is nothing changed here. About the packages, here is the version and here is some information. So now let's open the internet browser. Let's go with the internet. Here you should be getting the WhatsApp for Linux, AirDroid, Library Wolf, and Telegram desktop, everything. So let me open the browser. So now I'm going to open the browser, so which is Library Wolf. So I opened all the important tabs right here, like a website, Linux kernel, and the translation and everything. So when you type in like a about support, and here is the all the information, you get the 121 version. So it's the old version, it's not the latest version. And here is some ID, and the Linux kernel you are using the 6.1, which is the LTS version. So let's go with the Linux kernel website. So you get the duckduckgo.com as the search engine. You don't get the Google or anything in the library. It's okay, but here is all the information. About the kernel, we get the 6.1. So the 6.1 is the long-term version, which I already mentioned, which is a LTS version. So if you want to know what is a long-term version, stable, mainline, and everything, you just need to go on the releases, click on the releases. And here you should be seeing all the description of whatever the kernel is said. Here will be all the information. And about the long term, here is the long term version. About the 6.1, here is all the information. So it was released on 2022-12/11, and the end of life is December 2026. Most of them are from the 2026. Just the 5.4 and 4.19 is on 2024 and 2025. So here is all the kernel information. And with the about support information, the theme you should be getting Arc Dark and Arc Light, and the available RAM. So here is my RAM, disk space. Here is like a picture-in-picture and every information about the browser. So here you should be seeing like a LLVM, the X11 XFCE desktop environment. Everything is right in front of you. Mesa version, which I already mentioned and showed you already in the terminal. My present monitor resolution. So this is some like distro information and also some browser information. So if you want anything, you can just pause the video and read everything. About the website, I downloaded it right from the SourceForge. Here is all the information. It will be completely in Spanish language. So there is no official website. When you hover over through the link, there will be like a WordPress website. So here you can translate. And here is some information. If you want the information about the Vendefoul Wolf, here you should be seeing some information like a systemd and the library, everything. So it's still translating. It's going to take some time here. So these are all the information like recommended requirements and everything. So let's wait until it's going to translate, or else we just can copy and translate on our own. So it shows everything like a different language. Let's try to change it. So it didn't change anything. So I already opened the Google everything. So I'm just going to paste the link, click on enter, and it will completely translate us into the English language so we can read everything. So I'm just going to remove this thing. So here you should be seeing all the information. Welcome to the Linux for Everyone 23 XFCE and LXQT. Here is some description like a 2023 to 2024, and it's based on Devuan 5, and fork of Debian 12, and using SysVinit by default. It is ideal for everything. You already can get all the information from here, or else you can just pause the video and read everything. Free choice of init, without, systemd, rescue tools, information, requirements, and other things. So here is like a Synaptic, friendly graphical environment, excellent RAM management. So there is an application like a memory application right in front on the desktop. So I'm going to show all those things. And about the minimum requirements, you need to have like a 512 MB of RAM, although 1 GB recommended for the 32-bit version. 1 GB of RAM minimum, although 2 GB is recommended for the 64-bit version, and 10 GB storage, 16 GB minimum storage. Here is all the information. Both the versions can be virtualized, the best option being QEMU. It is recommended to use Ventor or Rufus, the boot, the ISO. And if you want the LXQT, you can go with the LXQT. If you want the XFC, you can go with the XFC. So here you can download with the browser, and also you can download from the torrents. It's clearly up to you. So these are all the information, and when you go to the SourceForge, here is all the information about the password and everything. So it automatically logs you in. There is no password or anything, but when you log out, you should be using this type of passwords, which is user. You need to use like a Devuan and the password vwolf23 and user root toor. So here you should be using all this information when you log out, when you're using the live boot. But when you install it, you can be getting all the user account, whatever the account you provided, it will be with the account. So you need to provide your own account there. About the files, let me show you all the available things. So the first Vendefoul Wolf Excalibur, and when you open it, so it's pretty much very hard to pronounce everything because the name itself is like a weird Vendefoul Wolf. I can't properly pronounce it, sorry. So you should be getting the Trinity 64-bit right here. Let me show you the ISO file. It's 4.5 GB. And other things, you should be also getting the XFC and also the LXQT. Let me go to the folder, and here is the Vendefoul Wolf 23, XFC 64-bit, LXQT 32-bit. So I choose the XFC, and here are the ISO file. So it was released on 2024 November 12th, so 3.6 GB. So these are all the information, and other things are right in front of you. And the translation I already translated. So these are all the downloading things, and also some information of the official thing, what it is based on, and the available ISO files. So those were all the things. And here is like a memory application, launch anyway. So here you should be seeing everything. So I choose the default language, so it will be Spanish, but if you want to install, you can change it to whatever you want. So here it will ask some password. So I already showed you whatever the password and live boot credentials. Other than that, these are all the available things. There is nothing fancy or anything here, just some few applications added. You can do that on your own XFC desktop environment. If you're using a well-known distribution, you should be good with these applications. You can install whatever you want. And other than that, there is literally nothing in this Linux distribution in my point of view. It will be bit different for others, but in my point of view, it's just a common XFC desktop environment without any customizations or anything like that. Just few applications added, some wallpapers, not a bunch of wallpapers. You get some 2 or 3 wallpapers. Other than that, there is literally nothing. Some memory application, and here is our PC, MI PC, and here you should be getting all the information. It's kind of like a the Linux Lite thing, which is a system information. In the same Linux Lite, when you open the system information, this is how it looks. So the same thing here. And other things, you get the library Wolf browser, and the file manager is right in front of you. Let me show you the tuner 4.18.4. So here is the file system. If you want to go through anything, you can go through anything. So it's not a well-known distribution, so that's the one thing here. About the software, let me show you the software also. And what else we have other than these things? You get the Android, and here is like appearance. Let's see what themes you get. You just get the simple 2 or 3 themes, and other than that, nothing else. So this is the Vendefoul Wolf, and it's clearly up to you to decide whether to use it or not. So in my point of view, I am not going to recommend for a normal user, but if you're a distro hopper or a Linux tester, you can try it. But if you're a normal user, it's better to go with the well-known distributions. And if you want like a lightweight PC, if you have like a low-end PC, go with the XFC, OpenBox, JWM. There are a lot of less resource consuming desktop environments. Don't go with the GNOME and KDE Plasma, because it will consume a bit more if you have like a 1 GB or 2 GB of RAM. So if you have like a less resources, go with these type of desktop environments. And if you don't know what Linux distro you want, always, if you have like a low end PC, always go with the lightweight distributions. There are a lot of videos in my channel. If you don't want to watch videos, you can just ask the chat GPT or in the Google search engine. It will provide all the lightweight Linux distributions. So these are all the applications you get. This is how it performed in my PC. And other than that, there is literally nothing about this distribution. Like some applications are added, utilities and some other things. Let's launch anyway. And about the resources, everything is right in front of you. The recommended requirements, system requirements are already provided in their official website, which is wordpress.com. And I already showed you those things also. And here is how it's performing, the resources and everything. So it's clearly up to you to decide whether to use it or not. So for a normal user, I already said I'm not going to recommend. So here are all the application information. So I'm just going to close it. Let's launch anyway. So here you should be still seeing the software store. Still it didn't load. So I'm just going to close everything. And about the GIMP, let's see what version we get about the GIMP. Let's open it. Let's wait for a few more seconds and we should be seeing the GIMP. So you don't get any latest applications also. So that's the one thing. So instead of getting the 24 LibreOffice, you should be still getting the 7.4 version like that. About the GIMP, you should be getting the GIMP 2.10. Here is the information. And I think I'm just going to end the video right here. So this is the new Linux distribution, which is Vendefoul Wolf, which is clearly XFC desktop environment and is based on Devuan. So here is like a MS Office 365. Let me show you this also and I'm going to end the video. So it's going to open the browser. I think it's like an online thing which you usually do in the browser. So it's not any applications or anything like that. So this is the video. And let me show you the logout screen and I'm going to end the video. And also I'll be posting daily videos. So if you want to subscribe, you can subscribe. And if you loved the video, give the thumbs up button. It will help my channel also. So here is username and also I already showed you the password also. So thanks for watching. Peace out.